I would like to welcome an explorer, a risk taker, motivator, author, and mountaineer, the one and only Mr. Arjun Vajpayee, as he takes us through the journey that made him the youngest mountaineer to scale Mount Everest in 2010. We are glad to have you amongst us, sir.
How did you realize that you wanted to do mountaineering and make it your passion and profession, and what did inspire you?
It started with a story which I read in my 6th grade in my Hindi textbook called Everest Meri Shikhar Yatra by Bachindri Pal ma'am. And then after having read that, I was like, dude, like even I want to climb this mountain one day. But then obviously from that 6th grade guy saying, dude, I want to climb this mountain one day, there was a lot of reality in between which struck me. And then by the end of my 10th grade, I was basically booming with energy from within that I've got to go do this. So when I did my basic mountaineering course and my advanced mountaineering course, that's when I really gained the confidence that, you know what, like I want to do this for the rest of my life.
How did you overcome all the complications you faced when you started your journey to becoming a mountaineer?
The first challenge was to convince my parents that, you know what, that I really want to do this and I want to climb a mountain and this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And my parents would be like, देखो क्या बोल रहा है, बैरागी बनेगा ये शायद आगे जाके, बाबा बनना चाहता है ये पहाड़ों में. So obviously the challenges were several, starting from the home itself. Then there was a financial challenge which was there in order to become a mountaineer, because mountaineering being such an expensive sport, you cannot practice it until and unless you are born a millionaire or you are sponsored. So I chose the other option because as not a born millionaire, I said that we got to find sponsors, and finding sponsors was also very difficult.
How was your experience breaking the record and being the youngest Indian to reach Mount Everest?
See, to be quite honest, when I climbed and when I was on the summit and even after coming down, it did not quite strike me about the record or all of these things. I was so enchanted by the beauty of nature. I was so enchanted by the whole process of climbing and all the new friends which I had made and all the new souls which I had met and all the different kinds of thoughts which had been shared to me. I was on a different high, right? And as far as the record is broken, I am extremely proud of having established these records and having broken a previous record. But I feel that records are meant to be broken.
During the climb of Mount Everest, was there a time when you thought that now it is difficult to scale?
There were several times. Climbing a mountain like Everest is may what you read on the news and may what it tells you that there are several climbers climbing it. It's ultimately Mount Everest, right? The mountain hasn't changed in so many years, and so have not the challenges. It's just the amount of people who've gone up there. So there was a point between basically Camp 2 and Camp 3. There's this really steep wall. Probably now I'm in better practice. I could have done it better. But that steep wall, there was a crevasse which was so long in the Khumbu Icefall. There were various instances, right, where I was like, bas, ab छोड़ दो मुझे ना, मुझे घर वापस जाना है, बहुत हो गया passion, बहुत हो गया dream. So there were various moments on this mountain on my first climb to Everest that I felt extremely vulnerable. What kept me going was that this deep love from within for reaching the top and being able to see the view from the top of the mountain.
What training did you go through in order to achieve your dream?
After having done my basic and advanced course, I was imparted with the knowledge of how to build your body endurance, how to build your stamina. But before that, I think that was just the last 1 or 2 years, right? So it does make a difference, but not so much of a difference. My real training, which I consider, was the consistency with which I used to play football or outdoor sports like basketball and volleyball in my school. That really helped me gain that extra edge over most of the children of my age, probably.
What was the most emotional moment during your journey?
Several emotional moments. Obviously, when you're climbing mountains like 8,000 meters, you don't always finish the expedition with the same amount of people who you started the expedition with. So loss of life on an expedition is extremely, extremely emotional, I would say. There have been various instances where we've lost a team member and informing the family back at home. But for me, one of the most emotional instances was I was given the responsibility of informing a 7-month pregnant wife back at home that her husband is no more. He died climbing with us. So while on a particular expedition, and I was way too young to understand it at that point of time. I was about 19 years old, but I was still very emotional. I got very shaken by it. But I feel that all of these things make you into a very stronger person.
Your journey must have been a rocky road, and must have been times where you felt like, I'm not going to do this anymore, or like the point where you just want to give up. How did you deal with it?
There are so many moments which people consider that they are very challenging and feeling like giving up. Just to share, I will share another incident from my Cho Oyu expedition. We were climbing the 6th highest mountain in the world, and it's called Cho Oyu. I was trying to do a double ascent, and unfortunately things went down south in the first mountain itself, and I was left paralyzed from the complete left side of my body at 24,000 feet of altitude. So there have been a lot of challenging times. Mountain life is very difficult, but the learnings, the views, everything definitely makes it worth it.
I know that you like climbing, but what else are your hobbies other than climbing?
Apart from climbing, I have hobbies like I love listening to music all the time. I love exploring new places, which might not include climbing. Always, generally, when people hear about exploring, they think that I might be on a mountain exploring new places. So I like swimming in wild waterfalls. I love exploring nice jungles and crazy places out in the nature. I try to gain as much as good content about the latest technology, about the current affairs, about how the environment is being impacted. So various studies, I keep grasping a lot of it.
What message would you like to give to the youth of today who's yet to start with their career?
Just follow your heart. Always listen to this voice inside you. And nobody else knows best about what you want from your life than your own self. So try and be honest with yourself. Try and be one with yourself. Don't succumb. Don't do things because they are going to pay you well or they're going to give you security. Don't follow such things in life. Always follow something which you have your heart in. The rest, everything will fall into place automatically.
It's so wonderful, Arjun. And I tell you, we were always proud of you. And today I've become all the more proud of you. There's so much you've learned. The experience being so good and real with you. And I'm sure a great inspiration to each and every student who had this opportunity of interacting with you, Arjun. God bless you in your endeavors.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. I would really like to thank Director ma'am, Chairman sir, Shivani miss, Principal ma'am, and all the lovely students for having us over here today. Having me over here today, it was indeed my utmost pleasure coming back to my alma mater and speaking to all the lovely students. Vida, I still remember that instance when Director ma'am and Principal ma'am had come all the way to pick me up at the Kathmandu airport, and definitely there was so much to share. I think the change which ma'am is talking about right now was the change, the power of dreaming big and daring to chase it.
I believe I speak on behalf of all Ryanites when I say you make us proud of being one. You inspire us to climb high peaks of life. You inspire us to fight the bleak cold and storms in life and emerge triumphant. Thank you for joining us today, and we wish you all the best for your future endeavors.
Thank you, everyone.